Have you ever heard an old song, seen a childhood cartoon, or smelled something familiar? And suddenly, you're flooded with memories. That bittersweet feeling, that's nostalgia. But why does it feel so powerful? Why do we miss the past, even when it wasn't perfect? And why do some of us feel nostalgic for things we never even experienced? Let's dive into the science behind nostalgia and why it affects us so much. Nostalgia is that warm, emotional feeling we get when we remember the past. The word originally meant homesickness. In fact, in the 1600s, nostalgia was considered a medical disorder. But today, psychologists see it as something positive, something that helps us connect with our identity, our emotions, and even with others. So what's happening in your brain when you feel nostalgic? It all starts with dopamine and oxytocin, the feel-good chemicals. When we recall positive memories, these chemicals are released, making us feel happy, comforted, and even motivated. But nostalgia is tricky. It's not just about remembering the past. It's about remembering it in a way that feels better than it actually was. This is called the rosy retrospection effect. Our brains filter out the bad parts and highlight the good, making the past seem way better than the present. It's why we love rewatching old shows, listening to childhood songs, or scrolling through old photos. It reminds us of who we are and where we came from. Nostalgia connects people. Think about how much we bond over childhood memories. Remember that old Cartoon Network theme song? Shared nostalgia brings us closer together. But here's something weird. Why do some people feel nostalgic for times they weren't even alive for? Ever felt drawn to the 80s, 90s, or even older eras despite never living through them? That's called second-hand nostalgia. Social media romanticize the past, making it feel magical. Another reason? Our parents, older siblings, and pop culture shape how we see the past. You might have grown up watching 90s movies, even if you were born in the 2000s, and suddenly you miss something you never actually lived through. But nostalgia isn't always good. Too much of it can make people feel stuck, obsessed with the past, avoiding the present. You ever hear someone say, "The world was so much simpler back then"? That's nostalgia making them think the past was better than it actually was. Every era has its good and bad. The key is to enjoy nostalgia without letting it stop you from making new memories. So, how can we use nostalgia without getting trapped in it? First, embrace it. Enjoy your favorite old songs, movies, and memories. Second, use it for motivation. Let it remind you of good times, but don't let it make you fear the future. And finally, make new nostalgic moments. One day, today will be the good old days. So go out there and live them. Now, I have a question for you. What's something that instantly makes you feel nostalgic? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next one.